Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Frank Smith without glasses because Eddie has stolen them. Frank, major day in boxing.
What, Eddie's glasses? He's not wearing them anymore. He's taking them off. I walked down, he was in the same glasses as me. I don't think he pulls them off quite as well, to be honest.
Nah, I'm not quite sure. He hasn't got that look. You've got that specky look for a while now, haven't you?
I know. I like to mix it up. Like today, can't even see what the backdrop says.
No.
Honestly, if I didn't know what the logos were, I wouldn't be able to read some of them.
Worrying. Frank, you were able to read the contract for AJ Whyte. It's done, it's dusted. First of all, how relieved are you that it's done and dusted?
I told you 24 hours, didn't I? 24 hours, back in the same space. I said, in 24 hours we'll know. I'm delighted. You know, it's taken a long time to get over the line, but fights of this magnitude do. But great to get it done. It's a massive, massive fight. It's a huge fight for the schedule, and like I say, all the talking around what was next, it was best just to focus on trying to make what was next happen.
Pay-per-view price $26.99. Will that be subsidised for subscribers, or is that going to be a set price? So really you're looking at signing up for the zone, £10 a month, plus that pay-per-view price, maybe £37 out of someone's pocket?
I think, that's one for design. I think $26.99 is the set pay-per-view price for the event itself. So on pay-per-view, that's going to be the price of the pay-per-view with the subscription separately. But, I'm sure more detail will follow on that, but that's the set price for that pay-per-view.
$26.99 then, it's a set price for it. Do you believe that that's fair in today's market?
Yeah, look, I think it's the right price. Look, you go online, people for years have always had comments about pay-per-view fights, but name me a bigger British pay-per-view fight. Like, outside of probably Joshua Fury, and I think Ben's up there as well in terms of scale, it's huge. We all saw the numbers that the first one generated. It's a massive fight. There's spite between the two of them. And I think that you're always going to get that. Like I say, we've always had that feedback on every pay-per-view show we've ever done in the last 10, 15 years. People have always said the same thing. But this fight's got everything that you need from a fight. And like I say, look at the list of fights out there, people questioning the fight itself. Anthony Joshua will fight, you got Tyson Fury, who, I don't know what he's doing at the minute. Usyk's fighting Dubois. Joyce is fighting Zhang. Andy Ruiz is supposed to be fighting Deontay Wilder. Like, it's quite easily the best heavyweight fight that's up and running right now, I'd say.
So we've kind of parted with the fact that AJ Whyte's a massive fight, in my opinion, too. But then for $26.99, what's the undercard look like?
We're working on that now, and we'll have news. That will be announced on Monday. Got some great fights on the card, but yeah, Monday that will all be announced. I'm not spreading rumours about what it is.
It's not really rumours, though, but I can kind of go a little deeper on it. Wardley, will he be featuring on it? Because I take it July 29th is not going to happen.
I'm not sure on Fabio, but there's some other fights we're working through at the minute. We're just working out where Fabio goes, whether he headlines another show separately, but news on that soon.
Dempsey McKean versus Filip Hrgovic?
TBC. That could be on another show as well. We're just working through it. But I promise you on Monday we'll have the undercard.
Where are we at with the Eubank Band stuff? Are we going to get any sort of announcement on that next week? I mean, obviously, you guys want to compete with PBC's schedule that they've come out with all these fights back to back. Is it going to be the same at Matchroom, or are you going to be announcing this big schedule in the next week, the 10 days?
Yeah, 100%. We were working hard behind the scenes to get a massive schedule up and running. The key starting point was always getting this AJ fight done for August 12th, that everything flows from there. And I think in the next 7-10 days, we should be able to get that full schedule out there. And we got some huge nights coming up until the end of this year, back-to-back massive moments, and excited by what's to come. Eubank Ben, I think, like I said yesterday, we're still working through it, still things to get through, but I'm confident that we can make that fight happen, providing everything goes well in the next few days.
Is it fair to say that AJ Whyte could have been a stadium fight? And if so, why not?
I think, look, time frames in the end were very tight as well. You know, we had the O2 booked for a long time for AJ. I think it made sense now with 5 weeks to go. I believe that the show could sell out in a stadium, but with the time frames especially, I think it made a lot of sense to go to the O2. We're in the summer as well, you know, for people away. But look, I think sells out the O2 in a matter of hours, like we've seen many times before. But yeah, we would have loved to have done it at the stadium. We're looking at, obviously, we've spoken about Tottenham Hotspurs for the Eubank Ben fight. So some big moments to come.
I spoke to Eddie a couple months ago, and he told me he wouldn't like to put AJ in with Dillian Whyte ahead of the Wilder fight. Why has that now happened, and does this maybe affect the chances of AJ Wilder happening in December?
Look, I think AJ wanted the Dillian fight. You know, that's the fight he wanted. I think it's going to be an interesting build-up because there's a lot of spite between the two of them. You know, there's been history for many, many years, and there's been talk about this fight happening again for many, many years. And I think, you know, we all know Dillian's level as well as a fighter. I think it's about the emotional side of it as well, and getting engaged in the emotional side of the fight that maybe wouldn't be there if it was a Caballero or one of these other names. You know, it'd be a routine fight. This is going to have a lot of fire in the build-up. But I think that's actually beneficial for AJ as well. You know, having that fire, having that drive for this type of fight. And that's probably what he needs as well. And also, if he's with the plan to do the Wilder fight at the end of the year, he needs a test as well. You know, he can't go in there, blast someone out in a round. And that was never our intention. We were always looking to get the right type of fight. And look, I think the Dillian fight is going to deliver on all levels. And with Wilder, it's not looking beyond August 12th. Dillian's it's going to be a great fight between the two of them. So it's focused on August 12th. And then in the background as a team, we obviously have to work on what the plans are around longer term. Everything could affect it. That's the risk of heavyweight boxing. Anything could happen in this fight. But he's fully focused on August 12th. We'll do our work in the background, and you know, we all want to see the Wilder fight as well.
If Whyte was to beat AJ, which heavyweight boxing, anything could happen, would that mean he would then fight Wilder in December, or would it still be AJ Wilder regardless?
Look, look, conversations ongoing around it all. I don't think it would be Whyte Wilder, but like I say again, anything can happen. Focus is on August 12th, and for us in the background to do a job for Anthony and, you know, look to deliver that show for December time this year.
Final one from me. Prediction on pay-per-view buys. What does this do?
I think this can do anywhere between 700,000 to $1 million.
Really?
Yeah. Like Anthony Joshua, what do you think?
I think probably 400 to 500k.
Okay.
Would you be happy with that number?
No, I want it to do the numbers I've set, but you only have to look at Anthony Joshua. Is that he's broken the record time and time and time again, right? And you know, he in the biggest fights, you know, I think he did 1.25 million in his biggest fight, 1.2 in another, 1.15 in another. No one else has done that. And this fight has got all of the ingredients to create a build-up to hit those types of numbers. It's on every platform. It's on DAZN, and DAZN obviously then subsequently via Sky, Virgin, Apple TV, Samsung, everything. You can buy it everywhere. So exposure is going to be key. That's going to be simple because everyone's going to want to see this fight. I truly believe it can do those type of numbers. And you know, look, Dillian Whyte as well. You're putting in the two. You've got Fury obviously, but the two biggest active British heavyweights right now in the ring together, really, like outside of Fury, you know. So before I get struck down for saying about, I'm not saying that because he's fighting in an exhibition fight, isn't he? So active heavyweight fight, you know, it's the biggest fight out there. So I believe it can do those types of numbers. I'm sure everyone will have an opinion, and that's the great thing. But I'm sure everyone with an opinion will still buy it and watch it.
Press tour, when's it going to be? Just one press conference, I take it, in London?
Yeah, with the time frames, one press conference on Monday in London, just finalising the details Monday afternoon. Get ready for the fireworks.
Will we see a kind of gloves are off, head-to-head between the two at some point? Do you think you can make it happen?
Yeah, that's the plan. Also, we'll probably get Derek in there, throw a table at Eddie or something like that as well. You know.
Magic. Frank, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. Good to see you.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.